The year 2022 fired the starting gun. A new kind of global race had begun. It wasn't for gold, it wasn't for oil, it wasn't for territory. It was for something much smaller, yet infinitely more powerful: the semiconductor. The United States, once the undisputed king of microchip manufacturing, had watched its crown slip. Production had moved overseas, creating fragile supply chains that snapped during the pandemic. Cars sat unfinished in lots, waiting for tiny electronic brains. The world felt the tremor of this vulnerability. So, Washington, D.C. made a monumental move. The CHIPS and Science Act was signed into law, a bold declaration of intent backed by over $52 billion in funding. The message was clear: America was back in the game, and it was playing to win. This wasn't just about bringing jobs back home, it was a strategic maneuver on the grand chessboard of global power. The goal was to reclaim leadership in the technology that underpins the entire modern world. The CHIPS Act aimed to catalyze a manufacturing renaissance on American soil. It offered massive incentives for companies to build new fabrication plants, or fabs, across the country. Suddenly, sleepy towns were slated to become the new frontiers of advanced manufacturing: Arizona, Ohio, Texas. This was a direct challenge to the decades-long trend of globalization, an attempt to reshore the most critical industry of the 21st century and secure America's technological future against any disruption. The act was more than just a pile of money, it was a symbol of a new era of technological nationalism. America realized its economic health was dangerously dependent on chips made thousands of miles away, and its national security was too, primarily in Asia. The legislation was designed to de-risk these supply chains. It was a wake-up call that reverberated from Silicon Valley to the Pentagon. The era of assuming easy access to foreign-made chips was over. A new, more competitive, and far more uncertain chapter had just begun. The impact was immediate and explosive. It sent shockwaves through the global technology ecosystem, forcing every major nation to reassess its position. The CHIPS Act wasn't just a domestic policy, it was a gauntlet thrown down on the world stage. It triggered a chain reaction. Allies reacted, adversaries reacted, pouring billions into their own semiconductor initiatives. The race for chip dominance was officially on, transforming from a quiet corporate competition into a loud, high-stakes geopolitical contest. By 2024, the landscape had been utterly transformed. The world was now engaged in a full-blown chip war, and the first shots had been fired from Washington. Across the Pacific, America's move was seen not just as a challenge, but as a direct threat. For years, China had been on a mission to become a global technology leader, powered by its Made in China 2025 initiative. Semiconductors were the centerpiece of this ambition. Yet the nation remained heavily reliant on foreign technology: United States, Taiwan, South Korea. The U.S. export controls tightened through 2023 and 2024, designed to cut off China's access to cutting-edge tools and knowledge needed to produce high-end semiconductors. This was a clear attempt to slow the dragon's technological ascent. Instead of crippling China, the restrictions lit a fire under its domestic industry. Beijing responded with a massive surge of investment and a national rallying cry for technological self-sufficiency. The goal was no longer just to compete, it was to survive and ultimately thrive in a world where access to foreign tech could be severed at any moment. China began pouring unprecedented resources into its own chip companies, SMIC Huawei. The objective was to build a complete homegrown semiconductor supply chain, free from American interference. This Herculean effort involved everything from designing its own chips, developing the complex lithography machines required to manufacture them, a feat few nations have ever achieved. By 2024, the results of this determined push were becoming visible. China still lagged behind the global leaders in producing the most advanced chips, below 7 nanometers, but it was making stunning progress. More importantly, it was rapidly dominating the market for mature or legacy chips. These are the less advanced but essential semiconductors that power everything from cars, home appliances, industrial machinery. By flooding the market with these chips, China aimed to create a different kind of dependency, making the world reliant on its vast manufacturing capacity. If you can't win at the top, dominate the foundation. The struggle within China is a testament to its resilience and strategic focus. Despite the immense pressure from US sanctions, companies like Huawei shocked the world by releasing smartphones with surprisingly advanced, domestically produced 7-nanometer chips. This demonstrated that China's push for self-reliance was not just rhetoric, it was yielding tangible results. This progress, achieved against all odds, proved that cutting a nation off from technology doesn't necessarily stop it. Sometimes it just forces it to innovate faster and with more determination. China is running its own race, on its own terms, building a silicon fortress brick by painstaking brick. While America and China wage their high-profile battle, two established titans quietly remain at the heart of the global chip ecosystem: Taiwan, South Korea. Taiwan, a small island nation, holds a truly staggering dominance through one company, TSMC. This single firm produces the vast majority of the world's most advanced logic chips, the brains inside Apple's iPhones, Nvidia's AI GPUs, and the systems running critical defense infrastructure worldwide. The world, in essence, runs on Taiwanese silicon. This unparalleled concentration of power makes Taiwan both indispensable and incredibly vulnerable. Its geopolitical position, under constant pressure from China, turns its semiconductor fabs into the most strategically important real estate on the planet. Any disruption to the island, whether from political tension or natural disaster, would trigger a catastrophic global economic crisis. This reality places Taiwan at the center of the US-China rivalry. For the United States, protecting Taiwan and its chip industry is a matter of paramount national security. For China, controlling it would be the ultimate prize in its quest for technological supremacy. Meanwhile, South Korea wields its own formidable power, particularly in the realm of memory chips. Giants like Samsung and SK Hynix are the world's undisputed leaders in producing DRAM and NAND flash that are essential for data centers, smartphones, and computers to store and access information. While TSMC makes the brains, the South Korean titans make the memory. Samsung is also one of the few companies in the world, alongside TSMC, capable of manufacturing advanced logic chips at scale, making it a critical player in the global foundry business. This dual strength gives South Korea immense leverage in the ongoing chip war. Caught between their primary security ally, the United States, and their largest trading partner, China, both Taiwan and South Korea are performing a delicate and dangerous balancing act. The U.S. CHIPS Act has pressured them to build new fabs on American soil to diversify the supply chain, which they are doing. At the same time, they must navigate the risks of angering China, a massive market for their products. In 2024, these two nations are not just watching the chip war, they are on the front lines, holding the keys to the global tech kingdom while walking a geopolitical tightrope. Their every move is scrutinized, as their stability is synonymous with global stability. The shockwaves from the US-China tech rivalry have really jolted other nations into action. They've watched the world teeter on the edge of a chip shortage and realized that technological sovereignty is the new currency of power. A new wave of contenders has entered the fray, each determined to carve out its own slice of the semiconductor pie. The European Union, through its European Chips Act, has committed tens of billions of euros to double its share of the global chip market by 2030. The goal is to reduce its heavy reliance on Asia and the US and bolster its own industrial base, starting with automotive and manufacturing. Japan, once a dominant force in the 1980s, is now mounting a strategic comeback. Leveraging deep expertise in manufacturing equipment and materials, the Japanese government is heavily subsidizing the construction of new fabs, including a major TSMC plant. Japan isn't chasing the absolute cutting edge. It's focusing on specialized chips and rebuilding a robust domestic ecosystem to secure supply chains. This renaissance shows the old guard reawakening, not to be left behind. Further afield, a new and ambitious player is emerging: India. With a massive domestic market and a burgeoning tech sector, the government is eager to attract high-tech manufacturing under its semiconductor mission. It's offering significant financial incentives to attract global chip makers to set up fabs and assembly plants. While starting from a lower base, India has demographic advantages, a growing pool of engineering talent, and strategic alignment with Western nations, making it a contender to watch. Its ambition is to become a major hub for chip design, chip assembly, and eventually, manufacturing. This global scramble is fundamentally reshaping the industry. The era of a few concentrated hubs of production is giving way to a more distributed, redundant, and fiercely competitive landscape. Each nation is playing a different game. The US is aiming for leadership at the cutting edge. China is striving for self-sufficiency and dominance in mature markets. Europe is focused on industrial resilience. Japan is rebuilding its specialized strengths, and India is building from the ground up. In 2024, the chip race is no longer a two-horse race. It is a global marathon with multiple contenders, each running with national pride and trillions of dollars on the line. This global chip war is about so much more than tiny pieces of silicon. It is, honestly, a battle for control over the future itself. These chips are the foundational building blocks of our modern civilization. They are the engines of the digital economy. They are the enablers of artificial intelligence. They are the core components of our communication networks. The smartphone in your pocket, the cloud services you use every day, and the advanced medical equipment in hospitals all depend on a steady supply of these microscopic marvels. The nation that leads in semiconductor technology will inevitably lead the 21st century, setting the standards and holding the keys to economic prosperity. The stakes are equally high for national security. Modern warfare is no longer fought with just tanks and planes. It is fought with smart drones, hypersonic missiles, and sophisticated surveillance systems. Every one of these platforms is packed with advanced semiconductors. Controlling the supply chain for these chips is therefore a matter of military readiness and strategic advantage. A nation that cannot produce or reliably source its own high-end chips is a nation that is, frankly, vulnerable. This is why governments are treating the chip industry with the same strategic importance they once reserved for steel mills or oil fields. It is a critical component of national defense. This race for dominance shapes everything from international trade to geopolitical alliances. The competition is redrawing the map of globalization, creating new partnerships and intensifying rivalries. Decisions made in Washington, Beijing, Brussels about chip subsidies and export controls have a direct impact on consumers and businesses worldwide. The price and availability of cars, electronics, and countless other goods are now tied to the outcomes of this technological struggle. The race for chips is, in effect, a proxy war for global influence, with the winner poised to write the rules for decades to come. So, why should this matter to you? Because the outcome of this race will define the world your children inherit. It will determine which nations thrive, which technologies emerge, and how power is distributed across the globe. Staying informed is not just for tech enthusiasts or policymakers, it is, really, a civic duty. This is not a distant corporate battle, it is a defining struggle of our time, and its tremors will be felt in every household and every corner of society. The future is being forged in silicon, and we all have a stake in who holds the hammer. Pay attention. This is a story that is still being written, and its conclusion is far from certain.